Hi, in this video I'm going to show you how to hook up a domain name to ArtStation. A lot of artists are a little bit afraid of setting up a domain name because of the DNS things or the DNS settings, and I'm here to show you how pretty much basically every single DNS works the same way, and there's nothing really to be afraid of. So the first thing that you need to do is to get yourself a domain name. You can get a domain name from a website like GoDaddy, or Namecheap. So these are great registrars where you can register a domain name. So ArtStation currently does not come with a domain name registration within ArtStation itself. That's something that we're looking at in the future. But for now, you may already have a domain name with, that you've sat on for some time and you want to hook up to ArtStation. But these are great options. So the thing that you're going to do here is to jump into Manage My Domains. And I'm showing you GoDaddy right now, but it's really, they all work the same way. And what you want to look for is something that says DNS, manage my DNS, or DNS zone files, or whatever, and basically, so I've got this domain name, leetdom.org, and what you want to do is you've got two kinds of records basically that you care about when you are hooking up ArtStation. You have what's called A records. A records always points to an IP address. So if you follow the instructions that are given, here on the on ArtStation, and we also have the documentation as well. It will basically tell you, okay, you need an A record with the host of the root domain, that's the @ pointing to this IP address, and just make sure that there are no other A records that could interfere with it. So in this case here, yeah, I have a host of @ the @ means that it's the root domain, and it's just a shortcut for that, and it's pointing to the IP address. And that's basically all you need. And so now leetdom.org will point to this, will point to ArtStation. And what you want to do though is you want the www.leetdom.org to point to ArtStation as well. And so in which case you would add a CNAME record with www and an @. Now, some registrars won't allow the @ like Namecheap. I'll show you Namecheap in a moment. And so you would actually put the domain name like leetdom.org. You would put it in there. You see here it points to my website. Both www and leetdom.org points to my website. So for Namecheap, it's exactly, almost exactly the same. And you would go to your domain list once you're registered, and then here I've got teapotmaster.com. I'm going to manage this and then click on Advanced DNS. And you'll find that all the registrars work pretty much the same way. So in the case of Namecheap here, when you buy a domain name, it's going to come with a bunch of records, and you want to remove all of those records that may interfere with this, and our documentation has a lot more information about that. But again, same thing. You have one A record with a host of the root name, which is the @, which is pointing to the IP address that is of ArtStation. And then you have a CNAME record. Oh, by the way, in this IP address, it's on the actual help pages, and it's on the page where you hook up your domain name. And so you've got the A record here, and then you've got a CNAME record with a host of www and teapotmaster.com. So because Namecheap does not allow the @. So basically what's happening here is that if you go to just teapotmaster.com, it will load this line here, and it will point to this IP address. If you load www.teapotmaster.com, it will load the CNAME record, which will then retrieve the A record and point it back to the correct IP address. So I'll show you what happens with teapotmaster.com. There you go. And there you go. Both of them go to the same place. So that is basically how you set up your domain name. Like I said, all registrars pretty much work the same way. There's nothing to be afraid of. The final step is to make sure that you add the domain name here. So some people forget that you need to actually add it and then save it, which will add your domain name to the to ArtStation. So if you find that you have already made the DNS changes, but then when you type in your domain name, it just goes to the ArtStation homepage, it's usually because you haven't added your domain name here yet. So I hope that's helpful. And if you have any problems at all, just feel free to reach out to support@artstation.com. We're happy to help. Thanks.